Farmhouse sinks, $269. Kitchen faucets starting at $129. Don't pay big box prices, but hurry, limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
In just a few days, we'll find out who will be Chattanooga's next mayor. The mayoral race in full swing right now, and the bedrock of our society is an informed electorate, right? So the Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprise, which obviously focuses on housing issues here in the area, thought it would be a great idea for them to help inform you about the mayor's positions on affordable housing in Chattanooga. Martina Guilfoyle joins us this morning. She is with the CNE and proudly has put together this really online tool for voters to access. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Julie. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. So I guess this might be one of the biggest fields we've ever had for mayor of Chattanooga. 15 candidates, is that right?
I think there's 15 that are on the ballot, yes.
So we are not, you and I, going to talk politics at all. That would be completely inappropriate, but it is completely right for you to want to have voters informed about the issues of affordable housing and to give them an opportunity to hear directly from the candidates unedited.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, we realized that, of course, CNE has been involved in affordable housing for 32 years. And we've noticed that the housing prices are going up, rents are going up. And so we realize that there's this moment in time that one of the key issues for the next mayor will be creating a vision and a strategy to help build and provide housing for our workforce. So we thought, let's put together a policy platform of some of the best case examples from across the country of what you can do to start addressing the problem. So we put together a framework that could help a new mayor kind of get their grounding in this work. And we put together a task force of a wide variety of people from across Chattanooga to help us as we created this. And then we met with each of the mayoral candidates and asked them a series of questions about the platform and what their vision of affordable housing would be if they were elected mayor.
And so that way, rather than it being an interview like you and I are having now, where depending on how our conversation goes, one topic leads to another, this was just each of the candidates answering the exact same questions, and that way there's no editorializing that could take place.
Yeah, I might have followed up a little bit with each candidate if they said something unique so that they could finish their thought, or if I wanted to make sure that the thought was covered in the video. But yes, every candidate answered the same questions. Not every candidate responded to our request, so we have 8 candidates with videos up on the website. And the thing that I really like about the way that we did it is that we broke up the questions. There's 4 questions. And you can click on just the questions and they're very brief answers. So you can listen to every candidate's answer to the same question and it won't take you hours to do that.
Okay.
So
talk a little bit about what the definition of affordable housing is, because I think everybody may have a different view of what that phrase means.
That's a really great question, and we get it all the time. There is a governmental description or definition of what affordable housing is, and it generally is described as 30% of your income. And if you pay more than 30% of your income, you are considered to be cost burden. However, the challenge with that government definition is that 30% of your income, if you earn $10 an hour, is very different than 30% of your income if you earn $100,000.
Right.
And so that's what it becomes very challenging.
So in an effort to try to do some quick math here, because anybody watching right now who's a homeowner already probably knows that 30% bracket quite well.
Right. That is, yes, that's kind of a standard for home ownership, and then it's become kind of the standard for rental affordability as well.
Okay, so let's talk on the rental side of things. Let's say that you're an individual person. Maybe you're even a recent college grad. I mean, you don't know who you are, but you're an individual person and you make $3,000 a month. That's kind of simple math. then you really should not be paying more than $1,000 a month for your housing, correct?
Yeah, well, it'll be 900 plus
Right.
utilities. Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So look around the area on a housing purchase standpoint, that might be relatively easy to do with interest rates low. On the rental side of things, that might not be so easy to find. Is that kind of where you find this conversation going sometimes?
Yeah, so the average Chattanooga rent right now, when we ran the math in January based on CoStar's, which is a analytical firm that creates this data, the average Chattanooga rent is about $1,035. Downtown, it's about $1,200. So C&E, our rents are about, we try to keep them about $700, sometimes $800. So we're trying to really come into the market at a lower price. And then of course, Chattanooga Housing Authority goes to a much lower income. So you can see when you start looking at wages, where the challenge is.
Okay, and so then I guess, I don't know what your 4 questions are, but is part of it over the outlook long-term as well as short-term for the city, because I guess happily we're becoming more diverse and outside thoughts coming in, but when outside money comes in, how do we address that? Is that part of what you're seeing?
Yeah, so one of the questions was really, how do you balance a thriving, healthy neighborhood that everybody wants to live in with affordability? Because we know that there are a lot of neighborhoods in Chattanooga where there's a lot of disinvestment, and we all want investment, and everybody wants to live in a neighborhood full of amenities, but then that also then tends to increase price pressure. Mm-hmm. So how do you balance those things? That was one question. And then what is your vision in terms of long term? So it's not just perhaps how are you going to get people to really lean into your vision, and it might be how many units in the next 10 years or some bold vision. It's unfair to take none of the candidates are housing experts, and right. So we weren't trying to pin people into this is the way it's going to be, but rather some broad themes. And then I think most of the candidates have committed to pulling together a commission or a task force like other cities have done to really take this on in the beginning of their administration, so that these sort of goals and vision can really be set and then a plan developed.
You know, we are hearing the numbers from realtors around town that it's the fewest houses on the market ever seen. 700, I think, right now is kind of the current stat, where in years past there have been as many as 5,000, I think. So it's very difficult, and I think rental properties are kind of in that same standpoint. So at C&E, are you seeing a real need for people who want to have a place to live and they can't find one?
Yes, both rental and home ownership. And then in the home ownership field realm, that there's 7 offers on a house that's an entry level house at $200,000, and so it's really hard for people to find something that they can afford because the inventory is so low. And then one of the things that we're interested in is really creating a robust down payment assistance program to help people who, because housing prices have gotten so expensive, the wages again may not keep pace with what you earn versus what you can afford on the market. Right. And so we'll be looking at and promoting some down payment assistance programs. And then on the rental, of course, how do we create more affordability in terms of our rental market? What needs to be in place? And one of the things, you can do it through some regulations. C&E recently got a pilot, which is a tax abatement that helps. You can do cash infusions, but where do you get the money? These are really tough questions and challenges that the new mayor is going to have to take on.
So for people who are watching you this morning, they're thinking, okay, I do want to go take a look at that website at C&E and find out what the candidates have to say. But in the meantime, I wonder if they could help me in my plight. Are people calling you? Do they go online to fill out some kind of an application? If you want assistance from you, what are the steps?
Yes, we have our website, and it's seeing. You can go on there and click on, and it'll say watch the videos, and you can watch any of the videos. And then we also have a rental tab at the top of our website, and that'll take you right to our rental page, and you can see what we have available. And you can also get on the waiting list for all of our income restricted housing. And those are rents that are, in the mid 600s. So, and that's a waiting list, and we just work through the list as those units become available.
All right. Well, Martina, it's always good to see you, and this will be up on your website through the day on March 8th?
Yes, after we have the winner, if there's a runoff, then we'll probably take down all the other candidates, and we'll just leave the two main candidates that'll be in the runoff together, and that'll stay up until April 13th when we have a new mayor.
All right. Great to see you this morning, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie.
Here again, bye-bye. Here again is the website. It's Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprise, CNE.org. CNEinc.org is their website, and we're back after this.
This has got the steak and the sizzle.
The tots